All right, for me to do this video the way I want to do it and make it funny and just express my real opinions, because I feel like over the years with YouTube, trying to avoid being yellow marked and all a bunch of other stuff, I've been really just trying to work on staying like PC and not trying to curse too much and everything like that. So just to let you know that when I'm yelling or if I'm like cracking jokes or cursing, it's all for fun and do not take it too seriously. All right, I already know this video is going to catch hell, because My Hero Academia fans are really satisfied with My Hero Academia right now, right? And for the people who just hate the series, they're gonna hate it regardless, right? And I'm gonna show some pictures of me with my different My Hero Academia figures and everything like that. I am a fan of this franchise. Have I been majorly disappointed with the direction that this series has headed since for about a year and a half now? Yes. So overall, let me just talk about the My Hero Academia ending. Then after I get my little rant off, I'll talk about what the franchises mean to me over the years and just all those things. So My Hero Academia ends, so it ends at 4:30. Now, even following the channel, I complained that My Hero Academia kind of went off the rails for me when you had the final fight with Deku versus Shigaraki. You put it on postpone for a year, right? But even before that, I said, listen, because there's a lot of people saying, like, hey, what if the series ended with Deku being quirkless? And I said I was going to rant so hard, and we ended with Batman Deku. And we ended with, what was it, the Knuckle Fist dude from the spin-off series or whatever, right? But what can I even talk about, right? There's so many missed opportunities with this ending, right? So, for one, you had like My Hero Vigilantes or whatever, and you only had like one little panel of the main character like a couple of chapters ago, and they never interact, right? That's another thing. Then you have this chapter where, bro, why'd you even have the last chapter, right? Which is like nothing but like teasing Deku versus Deku and Ochako, right? Listen, I'm too old to be really caring about ships, for especially for characters that when I was younger, I was like closer to their age when I was following the story. But now I'm like way older. But regardless, they end up being like in their 20s or whatever. But you spend the entire series, you know, doing the whole Deku Ochako thing, and then you have a chapter dedicated to those two. Then you have the friends interrupted, and it's less ambiguous. And now you got the weird fans. I feel like both Naruto, Bleach, and everyone have that weird other part of like the shipping group where they're like very hostile, and their ship doesn't end the way they're supposed to. They're gonna like send death threats to the mangaka. So I feel like Hirokoshi said, you know what? I'm gonna let the ambiguous for Deku and Ochako, so the Baku and Deku fans don't like try to burn my house down. And then we get pretty much confirmation that One For All is just gone. Deku has spent the entire series breaking his bones, limbs, and spirit for his quirk to just go away, and him for I saw this one tweet that I'm not gonna lie is hilarious as shit, because people were saying that the finding happiness in a normal life after helping save the world and people hate me for it squad, which it had Gohan, Ichigo, and Deku. So it said Gohan and Ichigo started a family while Deku started a GoFundMe. Bro, like, this is what pisses me off, right? Because listen, why would you have Deku lose his quirk? Because I honestly feel like, because he felt like he was gonna be too powerful. When the original episode was like, this is how I became the world's greatest hero. Then like at some point he like switched it so he wanted everyone to be, I guess he didn't just want Deku to be the new All Might, right? Where he's like the most dominant hero ever. But then you have like Deku like not be a hero for like 8 years and barely be able to hang out with his friends, and him working at Pizza Hut and being a teacher on the side hustle. It's just such weird like writing, and how he loses his powers because he has to beat Shigaraki. Also, one more complaint that I have to mention is that it still frustrates me that the final villain, which was Shigaraki, kept on getting hoed because they kept going back for All For One. Like, if you're gonna make Shigaraki a villain, stick to it, then redeem him later, or have him team up to fight All For One. But to kill All For One like twice, like with his body against Endeavor, then he gets like a regeneration boost Then he dies again against All Might, which he shouldn't be alive. Cause like, I guess it was like All Might and Bakugo. Then he takes over Shigaraki's body again, and him doing that was the only reason he took out Star and Stripe. He kept getting hoed, and it just weakened the impact of the final fight over and over again because they kept going back to the well of All for One. And people say, oh, it was foreshadowed he's gonna take over his body. That's cool, but stick to it. Pick a side. Because for you to kill him off, to bring him back, to kill him off, to bring him back, it reminds me of the whole Seven Deadly Sins ending in, I'm not gonna spoil Demon Slayer, not really too much Demon Slayer, but yeah, I just didn't really like that. So back to the original recording. And it low-key feels worse than when Naruto was saying, oh Obito was the coolest guy, because he has so much like reverence for like Shigaraki. It's just, whatever. But yeah, so you chicken out on Deku and Ochako, really confirming that. And you had like dedicated chapters where you could have did it, like right before the last chapter. You didn't do it. And don't get me started, because All Might is like either my favorite or second favorite character in the show. But why the F is this nigga alive? You took Midnight out when she just got caught lacking. Like, she died because she was a woman, pretty much. You have Miracle, which all the baddest girls in the world who go to DreamCon dress up as her, and she only got one limb. Then you just brought in Star and Stripe just to die because she breathed wrong. But All Might has went through trials and tribulations facing the strongest villain in history, and he's chilling, walking around. Even Endeavor, I hated this man, and I can't even hate this more. And Greg, does he deserve to be like, I don't know if he's dead or he's just in a wheelchair. Either way, does he deserve it? Most likely. But him being alive makes more sense than freaking All Might still being alive. Granted, I get it that he sacrificed his entire life for him to be like, for everything that's happened to him. So I guess it makes sense for him to still be alive. But yeah, like also, how you gonna give Deku an Iron Man suit with no helmet? Like, I don't get it. So does he have like a suit that completely replicates his One For All abilities 8 years ago when he fought Shigaraki? Or is like the same old thing where, also the foreshadowing with that outfit is mad weird because we got that random suit from All Might facing well, technically his name is Shigaraki, but All For One, and it didn't do anything. So like, Deku came back as the weakest hero of the group because he got no real power. Unless it's like really like Iron Man, when Iron Man's able to compete with like Thor and shit, even though he always loses to anyone, he always has like a Hulk Buster or Thor Buster, it always loses. But yeah, like, again, the biggest turnaround of character in the entire franchise, I gotta say, is Bakugo. I hated this man, and I wanted to hate him. Like, no matter how many times his fanboys and fangirls told me how great he is, I wanted to hate him. But at this point, how can you hate this man? This man has dedicated his millions of dollars to help out his best friend become a hero again. Like, I literally can't hate the guy anymore. So you made me like this nigga. So congrats, Hirokoshi. But why take away his quirk just for him to come back anyway in a suit that looks just like his old one without no helmet? He just gets shot in the head. So I don't know. With most mangas like this, like with Bleach, Naruto, that had an ending, even if Fairy Tail had an ending, they're probably gonna have a sequel manga or something, so to wrap things up. Because I know there's a movie where you have Dark All Might, which also I still never got my full flashback of Prime All Might versus All For One. I just wanted that, but I want to get Dark All Might versus pre-nerfed pre-human Deku. So we're gonna see Prime, I guess, evil All Might versus Prime Deku, I guess. I'm not the biggest fan when characters get nerfed so hard at the end, but I guess we get like a moral victory with his Iron Man suit. I guess my friend told me, hey, he's not Batman, he's Iron Man, so I guess that makes it better, I guess, whatever. Also, I'm still mad about the Dobby thing because, like, when any other franchise, like, I get it, he deserves what happened to him because he pretty much became way more evil than Endeavor ever was, but I would have liked it if he, like, was able to live and, like, have full redemption, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, like, overall, from all the complaints I feel about the last chapter, My Hero Academia, for what it was in pop culture, it brought a lot of people into anime. I still love the Dark Deku stuff. I think All Might's one of the coolest characters. That's why with my Super TJ design that you should be able to see on screen, I was inspired by the shadows, things like that. The music in the anime is one of the best like soundtracks ever. We have Say Run. Some of the best animations for a good part of season 1 through 4, I think. Then it kind of went mad inconsistent later on. Deku, like, I don't care how many people keep calling him a crybaby. He's still one of my favorite MCs, but not gonna lie, him losing his powers, becoming a McDonald's worker and a teacher worker for 8 years, it started to GoFundMe, then getting an Iron Man suit. Look, again, if he's able to replicate his old powers with the suit, then sure. But it's still weird that why'd you take away his quirk just for him to get like a suit that copy his quirk? I feel like he should just kept the quirk. Like, how did All Might with no stomach be able to maintain the embers for like damn near a decade, but Deku couldn't keep it up for like 8 years? Strange decision making, in my opinion. Like the same thing with like almost every female character who isn't a student dies in this franchise. I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. But yeah, man, it's one thing I gotta say though, straight up, the fact that that Hirokoshi stuck with keeping all the characters of Class 1A like being relevant into the very end, because even when he did that stupid ass year-long break of Deku versus Shigaraki, I'm seeing random Class 1A characters get a chapter. I hated it, but you gotta give the guy props for making sure they stuck around. Like, but one of the biggest things as a waste is we still never saw Deku's dad. I know a lot of people thought that he was all for one, but whatever, doesn't matter. Kind of reminds me where like in Naruto, which I have a video that I still need to upload, which is like never seen Prime Hiruzen or whatever. So I guess that's Prime All Might. Never really get to saw him outside of like Vigilantes, I guess. So whatever. But regardless of my nitpicks and annoyances, especially just how, you know, the ending was kind of meh to me. It didn't do anything completely like terrible. It just, I was bored. And it just kind of went down the tropes there a little bit. But overall, I have to say I thank you, My Academia, for like the amazing soundtracks, the fantastic moments in his prime. And I know the fan base is going to hate regardless of what I have to say, but these are kind of like my last thoughts until we get some more stuff, because I think the movie's going to be awesome. I'll say this, the movies, they have not missed once with the movies. All the movies have been fantastic, right? And you got to give Hirokoshi credit for trying to make each movie like canon in some way. It's going to be weird because the manga ended, and now you got to figure out a way to kind of like fit the new movie in. I don't know that was going to be canon. I have like very low doubts that was going to be canon. I mean, let me know in the comment section down below. Did you really enjoy the ending to My Hero Academia? Do you think that the ending was rushed? What is your favorite moments to My Hero Academia? Tell me your favorite characters. Tell me a character you wanted to hate or your character you hated and you end up liking. I know a lot of people is Bakugo. I know some people are never going to forgive Endeavor. I've actually kind of just said, you know what? Endeavor's went through a lot. It's whatever, man. You just got to accept it for what it is. Yeah, man, I'm just glad that Deku's got like a chance to be a hero again, even after 8 years. You waited a damn near a decade to get this nigga a suit. It's just, I don't think Deku deserved that. I don't know. But yeah, man, I feel like the My Academia story had like a certain ending when Deku was dominating Shigaraki with, I think it was called Wind Drive. I forgot whatever his superpower form is. It was like Gear Shift. There we go. But then I think after that year-long break, he was like, "Yeah, if I let Deku keep like his freaking Avatar powers, he's gonna be way too strong for Bakugo and everyone to like be relevant." So he just said, "You know what? We're just gonna do the classic Final Getsuga Tensho, lose all your powers. But unlike Ichigo, who actually got his powers back, we're gonna give you an Iron Man suit." And hopefully that shit sticks around, because if it doesn't, you dead. And also, you better hope all your villains don't shoot you in the head. So, hope you guys enjoyed this, man. Again, this is all in jest. I'm still going to keep my figures. I still like My Academia. Even my friend joke, is Deku like not even your top 50 characters no more? I like Deku, right? I like the series. Just, that's my complaints about it. If you don't fuck with it, it's totally fine. It is what it is. This is my feelings on it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. SonTJ, peace. Love you all. Thank you, Hirokoshi, for all the hard work. Even though I've been annoyed by the ending and the choices made for a couple years now, still appreciate the franchise. And yeah, thank you for all your hard work. SonTJ, peace. Love you all.